Hello everyone, my name is Ian Krish Fernandez from CLSP 7B and my name is Shravan Lakhe from CLSP 7D. We are delighted to be your host for today's episode of Smart 360, more than just news. This season promises to bring you exciting news, updates on inspiring initiatives and meaningful conversations happening at GIIS campuses and beyond. We aim to not only share information but also spark your curiosity and foster love for learning. Plus, we promise to make it fun along the way. So, without further ado, let's dive into today's episode. Today's story is about curiosity taking center stage, the very first TOK Fest 2025 at GIIS. And what a day it was, bringing together students, parents and guests for a full day of ideas and reflection. The program opened with music. Our student band, Discord, filled the hall with violins, guitars and drums. Not what you'd expect at a TOK event. And yet, it set the mood perfectly, showing that knowledge and creativity can go hand in hand. A key moment of the day was the address by Mr. Ollie Pekka, Director General of the IB. His keynote gave the festival its direction, encouraging everyone to think more deeply about the role of knowledge in today's world. Then, Member of Parliament Ms. Jo Wan Ling added her message to stay curious, but also to use platforms like social media with responsibility. The panel discussions deepened that theme, with voices from literature, politics and business sharing their perspectives. What made it engaging was how students responded. They questioned, debated and even challenged the panelists. The TOK exhibition was another highlight. Year 2 students presented objects that carried meaning about identity, ethics and culture. The foyer turned into a gallery for reflection, with parents and peers pausing to look, ask questions and connect with the displays. In the end, TOK Fest wasn't just about showcasing knowledge. It was about reminding us that learning is most powerful when it's questioned, shared and reflected on. In today's limelight, we're talking about achievement. The IGCSE 2025 results from GIIS SMART Campus. Yes, the results were declared on August 19th and the numbers were impressive. Did you see how many school toppers we have? 7! Each of them scored A-star in every subject. That's dedication. But I'm curious, how did the whole cohort do overall? Very good. 77.4% of all grades were A-star or A, and the average score was 85%. Consistency really stands out this year. It does. Speaking of highlights, do you know who scored a perfect 100? One student scored 100 in Tamil and in mathematics. 6 students achieved a perfect 100. That's a huge achievement. These results really reflect perseverance from students and the school's commitment to preparing learners for the future. Congratulations to the entire cohort! Ian, do you know astronomers just caught a glimpse of the innermost shell of a dying star? The core of a star? That's new. Where did this happen? The star's called SN 2021 YFJ. It was spotted brightening 2.2 billion light years away in 2021 by the Palmore Observatory. And they caught it just before it exploded? Exactly. Astrophysicist Steve Zull and his team studied it at the Keck Observatory in Hawaii using different wavelengths. What they had found had never been seen before. Let me guess, the star was almost stripped to its core? Yes, they detected rare elements like silicon, sulfur and argon racing outwards at 3000 kilometers per second. That's incredible! And how massive was the star? About 60 times the mass of our sun, but it had already shed its outer hydrogen layer before the blast. This could redefine how we understand supernovae. It may even point to an entirely new type of supernova. Ian, have you noticed how AI can make super realistic videos, pictures and articles? Yeah, it's amazing, but also very unsafe. How do we know if what we're seeing online is real or made by AI? That's exactly the problem. People are worried about fake news and misinformation because AI can create things that look real but aren't. SynthID is a watermarking tool designed by Google DeepMind, which permits users to identify AI-generated content. You can't see it, but it helps you recognize if it was made by AI. It's mind-blowing, right? This assists in promoting transparency in generative AI. It embeds invisible digital watermarks into Google AI-generated media, including photos, videos, text, and audio. It's indistinguishable to humans, but can be detected by the Synth ID technology. Exactly. It's like an unseen stamp that helps verify authenticity and track the source of digital media. Wow, technology really is helping us solve big problems, isn't it? Totally. And it shows how smart ideas like this can make the internet safer and more reliable for everyone.
We would like to recommend the gripping and emotionally resonant novel Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. As the final installment in the Hunger Games trilogy, it delivers thrilling action and rebellion, but also explores resilience, identity, and the emotional weight of war. At first, it may appear to be another dystopian adventure, but as you journey through the pages, you realize it's also a raw and thoughtful story about Katniss Everdeen, a young girl burdened with the symbol of hope in a fractured world. The battles are intense, but it's in the quiet, introspective moments that the story truly shines. Katniss's inner voice is honest, vulnerable, and deeply human. She struggles not just with an oppressive system, but with her own trauma, fears, and the consequences of her choices. If you're someone who enjoys stories that blend suspense with emotional depth and leave you thinking about justice, sacrifice, and healing, Mockingjay is a must-read. It may not offer easy answers, but it certainly offers powerful reflections long after the final chapter.
Our semester exams are coming up soon. But if you need a quick breather in between revision, there's some cool events happening in Singapore. First up, the United Buddy Bears exhibition at Gardens by the Bay's Super Tree Grove lawn. Over 150 colorful, life-sized bears painted by artists from all around the world are on display, each symbolizing peace and friendship. It's free to visit and runs daily until the 12th of October. And starting 5th September through 1st February 2026, the Asian Civilizations Museum is presenting the art and design of Asian games with more than 150 exhibits and hands-on activities. It's a fun way to dive into the creativity behind board games and play across Asia. Two great breaks from the books, one outdoors and inspiring, the other indoors and interactive. So viewers, with this we have come to the end of this season. Stay tuned for our next season, where we will be delving into fascinating updates from our campuses and delivering the freshest news from across the globe. Until next time, this is Shravan and this is Ian signing off.